Most CEOs who hire a virtual CFO and end up disappointed did not ask the right questions before signing the engagement. And then by the time they realized it, they're already months in, money has already gone out, and the results that they expected, unfortunately, are nowhere in sight. And so how do you prevent that? Well, by the end of this episode, you will know exactly what questions to ask, why those questions matter, and how to ensure that the CFO that you hire can actually do what they promise to do. Hello, Profit Nation, and welcome back to the Say Yes to Profits podcast, the place to be to become a financially intelligent CEO and turn your top line revenue into consistent cash flow and predictable profitability. I am your host, Dr. Octavia Connor. Please subscribe or follow our podcast no matter where you're tuning in so that you don't miss one episode, okay? Now, before we get into the questions, I need to address something that might surprise you. A lot of CEOs start their search for a virtual CFO by looking for a CPA or someone with an MBA. And trust me, I understand why, okay? Those credentials sound impressive. They sound safe. But here is the truth. You do not need a CPA or an MBA to be an effective virtual CFO. What you need is someone who understands how to read the financial story your numbers are telling and translate that story into a proven strategy and then help you make profitable strategic decisions that protect, grow, and scale your consulting firm. And here's the thing. Those are skills, and skills are not always found in a diploma or a degree. And so when looking for a virtual CFO, you want to not just focus on, if they have a CPA or MBA, because some of the best virtual CFOs, they don't have either. And they have a proven track record to help you scale your business. Okay, so now that is out the way, let's get into all of the questions that you need to ask. So question number 1, what type of businesses have you worked with and what were their revenue ranges? You see, here's the thing. This matters because the financial complexity of a business that is earning 500,000 is different from one that is earning $1 million. The financial complexity of a business that is earning 2 million is different from the one that is earning 5 million or 10 million. So you want someone who has been in the rooms and have helped the businesses strategize and scale at the stage that you're on and the stage that you're going to, okay? Not someone that is learning how to navigate your challenges on your dime. You don't want that. Let's be real here, okay? Question number 2, you want to ask, what does your onboarding process look like? A virtual CFO without a clear onboarding process is a huge red flag, all right? They should be able to tell you exactly how they are going to get up to speed on your business, your numbers, and your goals, all right? If the answer is vague, that is telling you that they may lack a system. They may lack structure. They may lack an understanding of how they can help you if they're not organized themselves. Does that make sense? And so I recommend that you do not hand your finances over to someone that calls themselves a virtual CFO, but they don't have a system and structure to bring you on board and to ensure that the process is operating in excellency, okay? They should be able to show that from the beginning, from the onset. And they should be very clear about that. And if they're not, move on. All right? Okay? You got it good? All right. So question number 3, how will you communicate with me and how often? Here's the thing. You are the CEO. You should never, ever have to chase your financial partner, your financial right hand for support, for guidance, for updates, for information. Never. I want you to ask about the meeting cadence. I want you to ask about the reporting schedules. I want you to ask on how they handle urgent situations, okay? Because it's going to happen, and that's what they're there for. And you want to get clarity on how things are handled so that you prevent frustration from happening later. Like literally for our CFO clients, they're able to get in touch with us multiple ways and throughout the working hours, because we need to be there for them at the drop of a dime if it is something of urgency, right? And I never want them to chase me. And so my team know we're proactive at reaching out to our clients all the time. We over communicate, period. All right, moving on. Question number 4. You want to ask, how do you identify profit and cash flow leaks in my business? All right. Now, this question does 2 things at one time. It tells you whether they are proactive or reactive and whether they actually understand your business model. You see, you want someone who is actually looking for where money is walking out the door and not just recording what already happened. Does that make sense? You want someone that understands what profit leaks and cash flow leaks are. And speaking of profit leaks, if you have ever looked at your revenue and wondered where it goes before it becomes real money in your pocket, then I want you to take a few moments after this episode, that is, and take the profit leak diagnostic. In about 5 to 10 minutes, it is going to show you exactly where money is leaking out of your business that you are unaware of. Okay. And so you want to go to diagnostic.sayyestoprofits.com, and you want to ensure that your virtual CFO understand profit leaks, understand cash flow leaks, and they're proactively identifying them for you and not waiting for you to ask, where is my money going all the time? So question number 5, you want to ask them, what is your approach to cash flow management? So here's what you need to get perfectly clear. Revenue is what you earn or earned. Cash flow is what you feel. Cash flow is your business's superpower. It is the oxygen, the lifeblood of your business, and you cannot operate without it. So needless to say, it is highly important. Okay. Profit is how you keep score in business. Again, cash flow is your business's superpower. So your virtual CFO should have a clear philosophy, a clear process for managing the timing of cash moving in and out of your business. They should not just be tracking what happened. If they are, they're reactive. Does that make sense? They should actually be managing it with intentions and proactive and consistency so that you know where you stand at all times with your cash flow. Okay. Question number 6 that you want to ask is, how do you support pricing and profitability decisions? So your virtual CFO should be in the room with you, at least figuratively, okay, or virtually, right? When you are making decisions regarding your pricing and your profits, all right? They should be able to show you your cost of delivery, your margins, and what a price increase or a new offer will actually do to your bottom line and your cash flow. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense, okay? If they are only looking backwards at what already happened, they are not fully serving you as your strategic partner. They're doing you a disservice, and you don't need them on your team. You need an actual virtual CFO that's going to proactively help you. Okay. Let me know. Say, help me, virtual CFO. Help me, virtual CFO, if this is resonating with you, or if you're just understanding now what questions to ask so that you can hire the right virtual CFO. Okay. Now, let's move on to question number 7. You want to ask, what does success look like in the first 90 days of our engagement? Here's the thing. Any strategic partner worth the work that they say they are should be able to clearly show you what they will accomplish, what they will assess, and how they will implement the strategies custom for your business in 90 days. If they cannot clearly specify what that looks like, you need to keep moving, okay? Here at Say Yes to Profits, we literally provide our CFO clients with a welcome book that allows them to see the first 90 days. In addition to that, our client success coordinator walks our CFO clients through exactly what to expect, what they're supposed to do, what we're supposed to do, and how we can ensure that just within those first 90 days, they receive a ROI on their investment. Like, our success is based on their success, and we start that from day 1, period. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Question number 8 that you want to ask them is, how do you handle situations where the numbers reveal something difficult. This question is by far the most forgotten question, but is one of the most important questions on the list. Why? Sometimes the numbers reveal that a service that the CEO love is not profitable. Sometimes the numbers reveal that a team member is a financial liability, right? And that growth is actually costing you more than it's producing you. And so your virtual CFO should be able to tell you the truth and help you navigate those challenging times, right? And they should not have to soften this information. Now, they should definitely speak with integrity and respect and with an understanding of how you receive good and bad information, but they should also be comfortable enough to tell you the truth, because sometimes you have to face the truth in order to improve it. And your CFO is your co-pilot. You are the pilot. And so they're in the best and perfect position on the right of you to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to help you navigate through it. Does that make sense or does that make sense? Yes, yes. Question number 9 that you want to ask is, how do you help me prepare for growth in a slow season or an unexpected financial shift? Okay, here's what you need to get clear. A reactive virtual CFO waits until the problem shows up in your bank account or in your business. But a proactive, strategic virtual CFO is already building the plan before the season changes or the unexpected or surprise hit. Okay, you want someone who is thinking 3, 6, 12 months ahead of where you are right now and can explain the path in which you are to take no matter what happened. Like literally for our CFO clients, we create 3 type of forecasts for them. We create a practical one, a peak one, and a pressure one. So they know if things go topsy-turvy, what to do no matter what. If your virtual CFO is not serving you in that way, they're doing you a disservice. And they may just be a glorified bookkeeper or an accountant. And there's nothing wrong with having a bookkeeper or an accountant, but a virtual CFO should provide the path forward and ensure that it's going to be profitable and help you understand your cash flow proactively, not after it done happened. Does that make sense? All right, cool. So question number 10, how do you measure the return on investment of our services? So a confident, capable virtual CFO should be able to tell you exactly how they track the value they bring to your business. Okay. Whether that is cash flow improvement, cost savings, profit margin growth, or showing you how to scale your business, they should be able to clearly show you how they're going to track that so you can clearly be able to determine your return on the investment. Does that make sense or does that make sense? So those are the 10 questions that you should ask a virtual CFO before you sign the engagement. Okay. Hiring a virtual CFO is one of the most strategic investments that you can make as a consulting firm CEO. But the return on that investment starts long before the contract is signed. It starts with the quality of questions that you ask. It starts with the discovery session that you have with them, where they identify their services in detail and how they're going to implement their services for your business in a custom way. Okay. You have to bring on someone that understands where you are, understands where you're going, and they're able to bridge the gap between those two places. Okay. Because the wrong virtual CFO will be an expensive headache that you do not need. All right. If you would like a glimpse into how we can help you eliminate your cash flow and ensure that there are no hidden leaks or financial unexpected unwanted surprises in your business, then I want to invite you to join me for my Cash Flow Mastery virtual masterclass. During this masterclass, I am going to identify the financial strategy, the structure, the cash flow improvement, the profitability improvements that you need to implement in your business to ensure that you say yes to cash flow and you say yes to profits all at the same time. You want to click the link in the description and register today, or go to cashflow.sayyestопроfits.com. This has been Dr. Octavia Connor. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please hit the subscribe and follow button no matter where you're tuning in. And until next time, say yes to profits. Toodles. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Say Yes to Profits podcast. Now it is time for you to make money moves. Take action based on what you learn. Now see you on the next episode. Say Yes to Profits. Toodles.